Welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a bike check on the bike I'll be racing in the Monster Energy Pro Downhill Series. Obviously, I'm not a pro, but still fun to do this. This bike's gone through quite a few iterations, so I'm going to try and do my best to go over all of what it's been through. Also, it's really sunny out, so sunglasses. But anyway, let's get started. Alright, so the base of any bike is going to be the frame. For me, I'm riding the Trek Session. I did work at a Trek dealership, so I got that for kind of a good price, and it was what I ended up riding on. I really liked it. Fortunately, it's not the new prototype one that the factory team is racing on, but it is a very good one. It's the latest iteration of the production bike. It's been great. It's a mid pivot, not a full high pivot, but I really like it. I really enjoyed it. You guys have seen me if you've been watching the channel. Ride it all last season up in Big Sky. Now we're back in California. I have really liked this frame. The only thing has been maybe going mullet, but I don't really want to get a new rear wheel on there, but that's the only thing I would change. I've really enjoyed it full 29. I haven't had any issues with it, so I'm just gonna stick with it. The frame's rolling on Bontrager rims. I've always had good luck with Bontrager rims. They've always been good to me, so I just decided to keep using them, although the guys at the shop would say otherwise, because getting these tires on them were not fun apparently, so might need to bring them some pizza. But overall, don't usually run anything rim protection wise, but it's because this is a downhill bike. I am trying Rim Saver in the back. So far it's been pretty good. On the Maxxis tires it was pretty easy to install. On these it made it a little bit harder. But yeah, I'm also trying the Continental Cryptotal tires. Everyone's been raving about them, so I figured why not give them a try. We'll report back on that. Propelling me on this bike, as besides gravity, is kind of a hodgepodge of drivetrain that I've done. It was initially a single speed, but that didn't last too long because I needed some gears. I have some Raceface Atlas cranks that I got off of the TR500 that I had. I did like one video going down 5 Oaks on that bike. Got rid of that, used it on here, Raceface chainring, and then I have a Z drivetrain with a GX cassette that I got off Pink Bike. It's been working pretty well actually. The one thing is I don't really like the Z shifter compared to some of the GX stuff, so that would be something I would definitely try and change. Going forward, I'm really hoping that SRAM releases like a transmission type direct mount for downhill drivetrain, because that makes sense. Stronger, stiffer. I don't even need it to be electric. I just want it to be cable. And since they just came up with a new 90 and 70, I think it's a possibility, and I would definitely be jumping on that. Onto the brakes. These are sometimes a bit of a hot topic for a lot of people. I'm running the SRAM Mavens. I've actually really enjoyed the SRAM Mavens. They're so powerful, more powerful than I probably ever need. I've got Centerline 203 front rotor and a HS2 180 rear rotor. That seems to be a pretty good mix with me. Obviously I tore up the rear tire last season, so I don't need any more power. They feel really good. They're definitely meant for the downhill aggressive riders where you're hard on the brakes and then getting off of them. They're not meant to be dragged. There is also quite a bit of a finicky bleeding process to them, but if you do that right, they feel amazing. They're by far the most powerful brakes you can get. I've had Code RSCs, and these are probably double the power in some cases. They are so ridiculous, but I love them on this bike. Onto suspension. Obviously, you can kind of see by the big bright orange fork in the front, I'm running full Fox factory suspension. I managed to get that, again, because I was working at a Trek dealer. I got a bit of a discount on it. I'm not saying that it's a bad fork, but I had a Manitou Dorado on there, and then I had the opportunity to get one of these, and I went for it, and I'm really glad I did. This thing just off the bat just feels so much better. I probably could have gotten the Manitou Dorado to feel pretty good, but this just, again, off the bat felt so much better. And I think it looks better for the bike. And then I got a DHX2 to follow that. You do have to add a little bit of a spacer down in the little center, since they don't make it in the stroke length that Trek makes it. Technically on Trek's website, you're not supposed to put a 203 fork on the front, but they do have a partnership with RockShox for their factory team, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've been really happy with it. Definitely wouldn't change it. If I had the opportunity though to try RockShox to compare to this, I absolutely would, but that's a lot of money, so we're gonna stick with this. It looks great. I do want to get an SL spring, orange SL spring on the back, but I'm still kind of deciding how I want that spring rate for racing and overall riding, so until then it's gonna be black. Eventually it will be orange. Final few things, I have DMR death grips on there for the grips. I kind of want to try the new ODI ones, or whichever ones have like the new kind of like specific pad material that they use on knee pads. They look kind of interesting. It would go really good with the orange Fox 40 on the front, since they come in orange, so that'd be kind of fun. I have Crank Brothers pedals on there, since that's what I've always been running for clip-ins. Bontrager handlebar, Bontrager saddle. Don't know what seat post is. It's just something I found. And Pro Taper stem that I have off of the Manitou Dorado. And then I have some 3D printed odds and ends to try and keep it a little bit quieter. I still got to figure something out for inside the frame, but that's kind of all the last little bits. So anyway, I think that wraps up this video of my first bike check. If you enjoyed watching, please consider subscribing. I don't think I've ever said that in a video. That felt weird. It does mean a lot to me though. If you guys want to keep watching this, to hit that subscribe button and the like. I will try to keep putting out fun stuff and just doing what I enjoy. As always, I'm Adam. This is Little Hobbies. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later.